Hey everybody, and welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobbie and I will be your guide for today. Today I'm going to channel some messages through about what's really going on in this moment, because so much is changing right now. Now this change is coming from within us, and each and every one of us has a part to play with this. We are learning to ignite our imagination and take the value of that it's not just some airy fairy thing. It's actually present within you that's going to help you create your next steps and your next moves. This is really important, because if we don't realize that our imagination can create the next moves, we're going to keep going around in the same cycle over and over again, looking outside ourselves for somebody to tell us what to do and direct us. So our imagination is our scapegoat. It's literally going to help give us the haven that we're really seeking for and searching for. So one of the things that I would suggest is to, if you have people that are in your life that resonate with you, go talk to them about what kind of future you want, and don't hold back. Don't belittle that future. Don't think logically about that future. Let the logic fall away and imagine your reality as you would love to see it. It doesn't matter what is included, whether it's communication with extraterrestrials that are benevolent and want to help you, whether it's you connecting with Mother Earth and becoming telepathic and telekinetic, whether it's you just wanting to ground a really important business that you've always wanted to ground, and getting the abundance coming in a physical way so that you can make this happen, whether it's finding the love of your life that you partner up with and make and create a beautiful haven for yourself and them, whether it's having a family or whatever. It doesn't matter if it's a grounded thing or whether it's an etheric thing. It's just that my team is like, just allow that imagination to flow, because within the imagination is the codes that you are holding that are going to spur you into this next dimension and what you're really going to create. And if you don't allow that to happen, and you're still fixated on the logical story of how things go and how things have been, then you're only grabbing from that how things have been, and you end up only creating that in this next dimension, and it's going to happen quicker and quicker. Because you are learning to ground that imagination, and they're asking you not to literally go back into that past and grab something from the past and project it into the future, especially if it is surrounded by fear, anxiety, depression. I mean, if it's something that is going to give you delight, you've already created it before and maybe it fell down and you want to create it again, then for sure. But just be aware that to keep your imagination open, keep the vortex of what you can create open, because there's a lot of help coming our way in retrospect of the final pieces of you doing the shadow work and finding clarity or a clear space for you to actually acknowledge your imagination is also gaining help from those that are a soul alignment with you, and whether they are here on earth in the physical way or not, whether they're in an etheric way, wanting to awaken you to much more. Humanity's reality is much more vaster, and we don't realize it because we've been holding ourselves capped in a very limited consciousness, which is meant to have kept us safe. But what it was really doing was keeping the other dimensions safe from us while we were learning how to produce things in a physical way outside of us. And because it would have warped everything if we had had those portals open. The very small portals that were open on Mother Earth were taken over by the Cabal and so forth. We've got Pine Gap and Area 51 and places like that where there was had to be some portals open still, because it is the truth of our existence that we have this ability to be able to jump interdimensionally and gain purpose and knowledge from other dimensions. And if they were closed completely, then we would have imploded. It's like we would have gone too far away from our sovereign self. That's why, even though humanity was shut down from their imagination, we still had it to play with. There were still parts of it that we could use. And it slipped through the cracks. Certain people were born with more of it in line with themselves, and they were seen as outcasts. They're bringing me to Leonardo da Vinci. Well, he went into a cave and actually ended up connecting to his future self, others that were on another planet as well. And that was because he had a still enough mind within himself to be able to open his own Brahma or crystal cave within his own psyche, which was connected to the cave that he was harboring for. I think he was there for a few years. That was harboring him. Because it's a reflection of who he was, and so we used that cave for that purpose. And then he came out and he started to draw these magnificent drawings and have this wisdom that was just pouring through. It was like he just opened up this whole vortex of his true natural self. Now, as we move along, this is what's going to happen to quite a few of us. We're going to start to understand that we already have or possess the portal within ourselves, and it can be accessed through a stillness of mind. And if we don't have that warring mind now, where we're acknowledging our intuition and imagination just as much as our logic, it's allowing the portals within us to open, or the DNA to be ignited, and then it seeps through into resonance with. And I'm saying resonance because it creates a somatic pattern within that Brahma, within the crystal cave that's holding spinal fluid at the top of your spine, between the pituitary and the pineal gland. The resonance will click into a somatic pattern, which is a phone number that your soul knows. Everything is vibration, and vibration can make us much more wiser than what we ever believed. But because the feminine side of ourselves was shut down, we could only learn there outside of ourselves. And so we looked outside of us for teachers. And because we're coming from an unbalanced mind, those that were very unbalanced became our teachers. And so they copy and pasted the rule book of how society should be, and humanity followed that rule book. And that's what we've been doing up till now. So the only way out of this is to have done the shadow work. In other words, face the demons within yourself, the lacks within yourself, no longer seeking for that lack in somebody else or outside of you. Find stillness within yourself, because you're now feeling more supported just through who you are, the basis of I love and value myself. And then this clarity starts to open up within your mind, and it'll allow your imagination to have a say. And when your imagination clicks into, oh my gosh, I remember the feeling of another place, another planet, another dimension, another life, then it's a rush of understanding a lot of gifts that come with that. this is another reason why little children are born and they have these gifts of already knowing how to play the piano, like their past lives was a pianist, and they have they're very clear in themselves. They have no understanding that is not possible in this life because they haven't been trained out of it, and so that talent just oozes out. And when they're sitting in front of a piano, it's like they just automatically remember who they were in a past life, and it just floods back. This is why autistic, savant autistics are in our reality as well. They are showing us a path that we have long forgotten, and it's connected to the feminine power within us of acknowledging we are connected to all. So I hope that these messages help you on your way. I'll keep on bringing them through as they come through. Until next time, bye.